Welcome
Yep.
everyone to another Tuesday Newsday, this time with Sinzar and a special guest, TSS Hans, or just Hans, I guess. Do you prefer Hans?
Yeah, Hans is fine.
Nice. From the Discord. He's one of the regular DGens, like one of the best people on the servers, join us and get to know him. This is a very exciting week, right, guys?
A whole lot more than the last 2 weeks have been.
Yeah. I've been kind of feeling how FFBE community is just like really going on, I don't know, on fumes the last 2 weeks because of the slow banners.
Yeah,
But yeah.
FFBE is just cow or nothing else. Everything
Yeah.
else is the same.
Well, good that you mentioned cow because we just had an update video. So we're basing this post on the update video since news hasn't come out in game yet, but that seems to cover everything. And since you mentioned cow, that's actually the first thing to talk about. We found out about this cow boss. Is cow out this week or next week?
This week, Thursday.
This week, Thursday. All right. So it's more Turim. He's a Reaper and Stone. And he looks like kind of Castle Grayskull. I don't know. Are you guys too young for He-Man?
I know what it is, but based on the name of the season, Tower of Unknown Origin, and the way the boss looks like a tower, I would assume that this is like the outer part, and then the next boss in a month, we're going to be like inside the tower, and then on the third boss, we're going to be like I'm just assuming here. Like,
but how is that
it'll be
going to
like-
work? I mean, this is a cow boss. Isn't it supposed to be the same for the coming 2 weeks?
No. The season, the second season. Yeah, the second season is 3 bosses in total across 3 months.
Okay. Now I get what you mean. So this is going to be the tower, then we get inside, and then we okay. I get it.
I'm just guessing, but that would be my guess.
It's a very interesting theme, to be honest. That would be really cool if the bosses were thematic. Last cow wasn't, right?
Not really, no. It was Morgana, then a dragon, then Kairos, and as far as I know, there's no real connection between any of them.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. But maybe this time then. Maybe this time. They are trying to turn it more into a seasonal thing. And I guess the only thing we know is he's weakest against dark, so also somewhat weak against fire and light. So fire, I guess that's good for Luis. Dark, I guess Igni, right?
Yeah, fire's still there, so you can bring like the old favorites like Louise, and so those aren't like obsoleted yet. But I'm assuming they're gonna be phased out eventually. And then dark is like Yigni, and then the new unit Olivera, and then Carton. Like we know is gonna be dark, and then Seth also Bulwark supports that. And then light is for those unfortunate enough to have off-bannered paws, I guess.
Yeah, but wait, Bulwark supports dark too. That's nice.
He does.
Actually.
Yeah, he has.
That means you can bring Sky.
Yeah, well, Sky's not elemental, so Sky will always be there until her modifiers phase her out. But as far as element, she's all elements.
Yeah, and I guess, like as you said, you can also bring Sephiroth if you're lacking to fill your roster with only morale units.
Yes,
I guess Sephiroth is going to do a lot of damage too.
Yes, unless Oliveira and Carton, and I guess the new updated Halloween units, all just completely throw power creep off the chart, then Sephiroth will definitely be there because his damage, especially on element, is absolutely worth it, even in Clash of Wills.
Yeah, exactly. Despite not having any morale modifiers. That's interesting. But okay, you're about to spoil the Halloween unit. So let's hold on that just for a second and just talk about something else that's coming this season, which is obviously a new piece of clothing for this cow season. We're getting a robe, right? Or is this like light armor?
Clothes.
Oh, it's clothes. Okay, clothes. Seem pretty fucking overpowered to me. Like 120 attack, 120 magic on a chest piece.
Yep, it is the highest in the game.
Wow,
the next highest is Sephiroth's at 80, and then the next highest mage is Louise's at 115. So this is higher than both.
Yeah, I mean this is ridiculously powerful. And Louise's is hard to use because not every mage can wear heavy armor, and you might not have that materia slot free for that. So, wow.
But it's pretty much the same thing as the helmet was. Like the Clash of Wills helm, which just blows away everything in the game, as well. So they're just following the theme, I guess.
Yeah, and it seems like to be the same the same passives though. Like it can transform into a bunch of different clothes: magisters, rulers, huntsmen, sprinters, summoners. Magisters is the same, right? It's lightning STMR, right?
Yeah, Magisters and Rulers are the same, and the
Yeah.
other three that no one should ever pick have been changed up. I'm not entirely sure why they
Yeah,
even exist.
it's Beast and Fairies Killer, 50%. It's LB Fill and Fill Rate. And then it's boost parameters when setting an Esper by 100%. So why would you? Okay. I need to ask this question. So since there is a white robe, which is the rulers that boosts attack and magic by 300, why would you ever pick this unless you're like going for maximum EP on like a spirit unit or a defense unit?
Well, I mean, Rulers, technically speaking, will be best in slot on a lot of units.
Yeah.
It's just that because it costs so much to swap, not to mention you got to buy 2 different recipes if you want 2 different versions. The cost benefit is a lot less to get Rulers because while it may be best on some units, Magisters is so much more the best on other units.
It frees up a materia slot. It's huge. So it's
yes.
I mean, but the thing is, okay, so Magisters is not going to be good for Sephiroth, unfortunately, because Sephiroth does not want to replace his chest piece, so he will be opting for the helmet instead, right?
Yes, this chest will go on like Tifa, for example. So when you bring both the like Dark Visions, like the current Dark Visions.
Wait, people are building Tifa TDH?
That is the
better.
I have missed this entirely. Hold on, are you shitting? Wait. So
that is the only way to build Tifa if you're going for max damage. Yes.
Oh my lord.
She is TDH.
Okay, so you'd bring like you'd give her this chest and you'd bring her a lightning STMR then.
Correct, and then you give her the Igon's Fist, and then Riku's STMR, Cloud's STMR, etc.
Wow. Okay. Wow, and now I am looking forward to next DV. I want to build my Tifa TDH. How about this?
Well, people are doing it today, but today she's like stealing the Clash of Worlds helm, so Sephiroth has to use the old Lightning's STMR like the old way.
Yeah. Okay, shit. Oh wow, this is gonna be cool. Okay. No, but I was just, and before I was comparing actually the summoners, which boosts parameters when setting an Esper by 100%, to rulers. It's just straight inferior unless you're building for like defense or spirit. Because when would you want 100% Esper parameters?
Yeah, that one seems like kind of a trap.
I think these should just be free to convert between the various, or maybe like cost ones of the Xeno shards or whatever, just if they'd have to have something there, as long as you own the recipe. Because then it would be much more interesting. Then you'd actually want to buy a couple of them.
Yeah, because you see, the problem is, like, the recipe is just all on its own. If you buy 2 recipes, you're being set back between 1 and 2 months for the next piece to come out. So you really never want to buy a second recipe. You want to save everything for the next season after you finish the current season and pick your one piece. But even if you do pick 2 recipes, switching between them costs 5 white pearls a time, which sounds cheap because people have like 40 of them sitting around. But if you start swapping this once a week, you're going to run out of white pearls in like a month.
Of course.
But it's more like you not have a steady income.
I mean, you could do it like once a month without a big problem, I guess. But yeah, okay. Anyway, very hyped for this armor. It's going to be absolutely insane for many units. So that's really cool. I guess, as you said, like hard or heavy armor wearing mages, not a huge upgrade because they do have both Golba's, right, STMR as well as Luis's STMR. But still, really good with at least, yeah. I guess if you really want to make mages good, which you shouldn't, you're probably going for rulers, I guess, right, for that extra magic.
I would still go Magisters because just about every mage these days is double hand with a 5 times cap. So they still need 6 Saviors STMR, and this opens up the Savior slot. So
okay. All right. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. All right, cool. Well, another thing we found out about this cow season is cow units, the ones we're gonna get to buy from shop. And I'm a bit underwhelmed. How about you guys?
Really? Ling is really good. Of course, Rain and Fiend is just an STMR, and Noctis is outdated, but Ling is great.
Yeah, no. So that's true. I mean, I think it's really great of them to give us a... Yeah, although maybe Dream was right. Dream was saying, like, last season wasn't fantastic units anyway. I just felt it was a better selection than these, because, I mean, so it's Cobalt Blade Noctis, White Dragon Ling.
Yeah,
it's not the full list.
Yeah, there's going to be more. But it seems kind of like the same theme as last month. Like last month, they had like 1 or 2 good units, like, Snow or Melia were okay-ish tanks. And then they had like Savior Lightning, who was literally just an STMR. And then they had like some outdated DPS like Luna Freya. It's the same thing here. Like they've got an outdated DPS with Noctis, they've got an STMR with Rain and Fina, and they've got an actual good unit with Ling. So it's the same theme.
Yeah. Well, maybe. But what I want to say is White Dragon Ling, it's very nice they're giving away this must-have unit, right? Because she's literally never left anyone's party since her release in Cow, right? She's absolutely amazing.
Not entirely true, but I get what
Really?
you're saying.
Well,
yeah,
maybe like if you're try-harding really, really hard, she leaves your party. But I feel like she does so much. I mean, holy crap.
She does, but last month, people that pulled Bulwark fit the fight a lot more than Ling did.
Yeah, okay. I mean, okay. Granted, yes, but you could use Ling if you didn't have Bulwark on that fight, or you probably would have.
Yeah, she was still very, very good.
Yeah. So I'm guessing like we're getting, we might be getting more units. So those of you that are looking to fill gaps in your roster, like newer players that might be looking to, put in something very specific, there might be more units. But they chose to highlight these three. I don't know why, because it's like so weird. 2 outdated units and then a fantastic Cow unit. I just don't get it, I guess.
Well, you got to keep in mind these are literally given out for free. They aren't going to like just stick Sephiroth in the free shop.
No, absolutely not Sephiroth. No, that's true. And I mean, even Ling in there is already like a fantastic unit. That's already giving you something that's really, really strong. So there's that. I think.
Yeah, Ling would be good to get some higher EX levels on her.
Yeah, of course. I mean, given that like EX3 is now a thing, even if you have like EX1 Bulwark and he fits better for the fight, you still might want to bring like an EX3 Ling. So if this helps you get her to EX3, go for it. I think everyone that should try to do it, if you don't already have her, obviously. Okay, so that's Cow. Do you guys have anything to add about this month's Cow? Like, since are you thinking of any special strats already, given Reaper Stone or anything like that?
Truthfully, I actually don't like pre-plan teams for global exclusive stuff because like I can spend like 3 hours planning a team, then it comes out and because of the AI or what the boss does, all that work was completely pointless. So when it comes out on Thursday, I'll take my usual turn 1 OTK team, and then from there I'll start adjusting.
Yeah, sounds smart. Sounds smart. Okay, so then let's jump in. We are getting a new unit. It's actually is it actually called Oliveira?
Yes.
Oh, because her brother. Oh, for some reason. Okay. So let me explain why I was momentarily stupid. So the unit is a duo unit-ish. It's called Oliveira, but in Brave Shift, it shifts into Oliveira and Rivera. If you remember the little conductor unit we got a long while back. I always assumed her twin was called Oliver, and the Oliveira name was people combining Oliver and Rivera. Okay, but no. It's actually Oliveira is the name of her brother.
Yes, this unit had parents that I dislike. People that name their twin kids like almost identical names. It's the worst. They're already twins. They already look alike.
Poor kids.
You don't want people confusing them even more.
Yeah, fully agreed. Poor kids here. But okay, it's a base form mage and a shift mage and buffer, or mage and non-breaker, I guess is what they should be called nowadays, support. So what do we know about this unit? Like, what have we learned?
Based on the limited info, the base form is like a mage, and then the shift form is a tag attack that uses MP to deal damage, kind of like Aerith, we assume. We don't know the details, but you know Aerith deals damage based on her MP pool with Holy. Mm-hmm. This is going to be the same kind of unit.
Right. I mean, we don't know like what power level we're talking about, because Rivera herself had that mechanic when she was released as well. So it makes sense thematically, kind of.
Yes.
But here's to hoping it's actually going to be strong, I guess.
I certainly hope so. I'm also extremely nervous about it because anytime like the developers of Brave Exvius go like off the rails with a non-standard unit type, it's very, very hit or miss. Like sometimes
Yeah.
it works, a lot of times it doesn't. So
Yeah, exactly. It's either fantastic or it's absolute trash.
yes. So I'm really hoping they do good with this.
But let's see. Let's see. I mean, we also heard that they do have morale modifiers, right?
Yes.
So this is going. I mean, if history is any type of guide, this is going to be an amazing must-have cow unit, right?
I hope so. Oh, I don't want them to be like must have, but I certainly hope it's worth having.
Well, I mean, they're a very, very, very cool unit as well. Let's see. I still claim that the original Rivera was one of the most underrated units of FFBE because I think she was absolutely amazing. So I hope that it follows some of that spirit, where this is actually not a 3 kit or a 3 ability kit unit, Alem style, but that this is actually something interesting that we can use.
I certainly hope so.
So we also know about the Trustmaster and STMR. TM is 30 magic, 50 LB damage. That's pretty nice. That's like a slightly worse version than Mellow's STMR, so that's really good. And it has the Tifa thing where it makes the first hit of a chain land at 2x modifier instead of 1x or 1.1, I guess technically.
Yeah, it's it's decent. It's a TMR. It's not anything must chase, but it's good.
Always nice to have LB damage and magic on more stuff, just like that. And the STMR is a 2-handed violin with 210 magic. So if they do good damage, this is gonna play really well with Bulwark's Instrument in Peril.
Yes, but they also have their own instrument in peril. We don't know the percentage, but I would assume it's probably going to be 35%, kind of like Louise, but we don't know yet.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Very interesting, though. Very, very interesting. Super interesting unit. I am actually very excited to learn more about this unit. I have absolutely 0 lapis and tickets to go for this unit, but I'm still intrigued. I'm still intrigued. All right. So, do you guys have anything more you want to add on that specific unit?
Not really. Without having more information other than like Sprite and the very limited preview, we don't really have much to say.
Yeah, exactly. I guess we could say something about the vision card. It's a 110 magic vision card, at least.
Oh yeah,
and it does reduce MP cost, right?
It for Brave Exvius units, yeah. But actually, now that you mention it, this vision card will probably be really good for Aerith.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because it has flat MP.
A lot of flat MP, and then the highest MP card in the game is the Cactuar card with 10 MP. So this is a huge boost to Aerith.
Oh, it is actually. That's a good point. It does also have like flat MP percent, or not flat MP percentage boosts as well. And then of course Aerith is not gonna get the 30% cost reduction because that's FFB units only. But still, very good card for her. That's a good point actually. All right, so some more units have actually gotten improvements and upgrades, which is a bit uncharacteristic of Gumi to do. So this is going to be very interesting. So first up, we actually have Rivera. She has her TMR and STMR upgraded, and all of her modifiers, or most modifiers, sorry, have been upgraded, and multiple new killer buffs added. That's very interesting.
Yes, it is.
Or you sound a bit skeptical.
I don't want to be like a downer because people were like kind of excited about this, but if you take a step back, other than the fact of we're getting a cool upgrade, well, she's a 7-star. She can't come to Clash of Wills, and then if you're like a high tier player in Dark Visions, like you're just not going to bring Rivera, even if her killer buff is like 150%, which is probably the highest it's going to be. You still wouldn't take her to Dark Visions. Like, she would have to have 200% or better killer buffs to be worth a slot in Dark Visions, and I don't think they're going to give a 7-star castable 200% killer buffs, personally. So,
and she is a 7-star. I guess that's the thing to remember, right?
That's the biggest downside, is that she can't come to Clash of Wills because of that. I wish they would fix that problem.
Yeah, or at least like that a 7-star counts. Well, yeah, I guess they'd have to count as an EX0 though, and that's I guess the problem. But yeah, I mean, It's still fun to see an old unit get upgrades, though. I'm not going to be the guy that complains about this because I'm the guy that has been shouting for unit upgrades. And I think, again, Rivera's original design was very cool. So I'm just looking forward to this. Maybe I'll bring her to a series boss battle or a trial in the future just for fun. Who knows?
That is an option.
All right, the big one that many people are very excited about, though. The many people, the Ibarra simps out there unite. Ibarra is getting EX abilities and upgrades. And yeah, how about you guys? Are you simp? Did you simp really hard for Ibarra? Are you Ibarra? Would you identify as Ibarra simps?
Not really. I'm not like a huge Ibarra like fan. Like I certainly like her, and she's a good unit. And because she's so strong, I used her for months and months and months. But as far as like, is she my favorite unit? Not really. Like I use her because she's good, not because I love the unit itself.
Mm-hmm. But we do have a lot of people that enjoy Ibarra in the Discord as well. I know a lot of people were hyped. There was discussion yesterday all day long about her upgrades. So should we talk a bit about them? So I know that she's getting a fixed boost to magic. So this is outside of EX abilities, right? Or no?
No, this is all just EX abilities.
Or this is all EX. Okay, so she's getting fixed boost to magic. So she's getting fixed flat magic, right? She's getting killers against humans and fairies. She's getting skill modifiers increased. She's getting the chain mod cap. Sorry, were you saying something?
I just want to correct myself for people like get mad at me in the comments. I'm actually reading these slide, and I was mistaken. Actually, she is getting some of this as just a default upgrade.
She is. Okay, yeah, because it seemed like that to me too when I'm looking at this picture. She's getting the chain modifier cap increase. Was Ibarra true dual wield? She was, right?
The shift form had the chain cap. The base form did not.
Right. Okay. And then the shift form gets a better LB, so increased magic buff, increased damage, and added morale-based damage. And that has people going wild. So Ibarra is getting upgraded into a morale unit. That is pretty cool.
Definitely. It really depends, again, on the modifiers. If her modifiers are high enough, absolutely amazing. If they're not, they're not. So that is something we really need the data mine before we can say a whole lot about it.
But I really like the precedent where they're taking an old GLEX and creating, like reshaping it for the meta today. And the meta today is, of course, morale-based damage for GLEX, right? I really like that because it might mean, what does this mean for the future? I always ask myself this because I have a very favorite unit upcoming for Christmas in, now I completely lost his name, Eldrin. Eldrin, thank you. I just said he was my favorite unit and I couldn't say his name. Okay, that's fucking bad, but I do love Eldrin. I think he's amazing. I think he's cool in so many ways. He has an interesting kit. What if other units like him get these upgrades in the future? So I like this. I like this as a precedent.
It definitely seems likely. Like I would assume, just completely spitballing here, that the December Clash of Wills is going to be weak to ice. Christine and Eldrin will be getting ice morale skills. This is just complete theory. But yeah, it seems really likely.
I'm gonna call it an educated guess. I think it sounds likely, and I would love to see that because Eldrin is amazing. Eldrin is my boy, so please buff him. But she to not miss, like my prediction about Ibarra, though, to go back to Ibarra, is that she's actually going to be super strong for Cow if you have her at EX3. Because at EX3, she's getting an additional flat magic boost as well as LB damage. And I think that those things are probably going to push her over the top to be a really strong Cow unit, is what I'm guessing. But of course, without a data mine, it's just a guess.
Yeah, I think those who have her probably have her close to EX3 because she's been out for quite a while and there's so many shard dungeons that happen.
Yeah, if people have been consistently running her through shard dungeon, I know a couple have, but she's also limited, so you haven't been off bannering her. So you would have had to run her through every shard dungeon. And nobody knew this was coming, so I also can see myself many players not having done that and just left her when she was no longer relevant, right? Like put in units like SLB and premium units.
She has like one of the best magic cards at that time, so I think a lot of people ran to get her second card.
Well, yeah, maybe. True. That's a good point. Well, I hope so. I hope so for people that have Ibarra, that you are all close to EX3, because I am thinking EX3 is going to be important. Also, we don't yet know if we're going to get maybe some extra shards for her in the shop or something like that, or maybe like a 5k bundle. Usually it's only the main unit getting the bundle, but I don't know. NVAs usually get bundles too, actually. So if they treat
They
like
do.
Ibarra's upgrades like an NVA, she might get a bundle for shards.
Yeah, I personally, I ran her in the very first shard dungeon to get her to EX2, but as soon as she hit EX2, that was it. I cut her off. So for me, she's at 0 out of 200 for EX3. So I am.
That's a hard sell, right? Like you'd have to get a lot during this, and probably have to wait until next dungeon too.
Yep.
But yeah, very cool. I think that's very cool. I still think it's super cool that they are doing that for a unit, and that they are kind of reshaping the unit into a morale unit. I hope we see more of that. Anything more we want to say about Ibarra, or should we move on?
I guess I'll mention something people have talked about is, for the past year her LB has been quote unquote bugged to deal more damage, and now that they're adjusting the LB, the question is, are they going to like fix the bug? Are they going to keep her base LB the same damage as it's always been, or are they going to, what are they going to do about that bug that's always been there and this at this point has become the accepted Ibarra?
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, after a while, they couldn't really nerf her anymore either, because that would change what people were buying, right? So,
Yep.
yeah, interesting point. If they, I mean, I hope if they remove the bug, if they choose to remove the bug, which I think they should if they can, that they, of course, correct her LB for that, so that she still does the same amount of damage, so that we don't see like a stealth nerf to her.
Exactly. Like that's exactly what they should do. They should change the LB to not use this like spirit having formula which causes the bug, and they should just adjust the base modifier to 240.
Exactly.
Easy fix. It fixes the bug. It doesn't nerf the unit. Everyone's happy.
Yep. Well, let's see what happens. It's going to be very exciting Thursday. Okay, so moving on, we have another unit that's getting EX upgrades. We have Lucius, the Mancubus, right? Succubus man?
Incubus.
Incubus, thank you. Oh yeah, Mancubus are the demons from Doom. Right, right. Okay, so he's getting also the same thing. He's getting some flat attack, he's getting killers against humans, demons, and reapers, and modifiers increased. Sorry, were you saying something? No?
Nope.
Okay. Then the shift form is getting an upgraded LB, which has increased breaks and damage, as well as some type of LB damage bonus added. I don't know what that means. Oh, it's LB damage percent probably on the LB,
Yeah,
right?
it's just increasing LB bonus.
Yeah. And then he's also getting EX3 upgrades, which has a fist in peril. He can now give killer bonus against humans, demons, and reapers, to himself only though, and boost LB damage as well as fill LB gauge to max, which is interesting. We've never seen that on an EX3 before. That used to be a EX2 deal.
We have.
We have? Who has that?
Daisy, for one, that just came out.
Oh, shit. Okay. I missed that entirely. Okay. But yeah, so I don't know much about Lucius, what's gonna happen here, right? Like, I don't know if he's gonna become meta, or is anyone excited about Lucius? Maybe I should ask that.
I'll point out a missing thing is nothing on here mentions morale, so
Yeah.
that's a little concerning.
Well, to be honest, like I know people have been saying maybe it's just a mistake, and maybe both Lucius and Ibarra are meant for that. I'm not so sure about that, actually. I think, or my prediction is that Ibarra and Lucius are going to be on a banner together, and kind of Ibarra is the prize. That's my prediction, because she has the morale skills.
Yeah, like it's very common, like gotcha, operating procedure to make units that are intentionally bad to like dilute the pulls. And Lucius was designated, since the beginning as like the bad unit of the banner.
He was also always the troll. Poor Lucius.
Yeah.
Well,
So
okay. I mean, we don't know, right? Let's say that first. We don't know. We haven't seen the data mine.
Correct. Yeah. This is all just guessing at this point.
But
Yeah, but I don't think they'll get morale skills though, because it'll be too easy.
That would be something to write as well, right? Like, why wouldn't they write that he got morale skills here? Because I am in the same copium camp, my friends, when it comes to the next unit, which is Grim Lord Sakura. So her NVA is getting also EX abilities, and nowhere is there a mention about morale damage, which makes me sad, because I think the Grim Lord Sakura is the best designed. I'm sorry, Ibarra fans, but she is the best designed, both aesthetically and kit-wise, Halloween unit in the game. She looks amazing. Her Brave Shift looks amazing when she got her NVA, but she probably won't be that good, I'm afraid. Or that's my biggest fear.
She does have a whole lot of nifty support stuff. So, assuming that like her buffs are big enough and her Dark Amplify is high enough, she could be worth it strictly as a support unit. Like, don't even try to damage her. Like, take her as like the dark version of Lord of the Seas Nicole or something. And
True, I guess, but then she would need to cover for that, right? With actually, because you're right that she has a lot in her kit with like status immunities, with really good resistances. She has some imbues and stuff and imperils, um, but that won't be enough, right? So what she's getting is actually new killers um, against humans, demons, and reapers.
well,
And
it's new killers and then Dark Amplify. The Dark Amplify is going to be the big selling point. If she is the AOE 45% Dark Amp, she's great. Like
yeah, I mean,
that's
then
all
she's
she
a
needs to be
must-have,
worth.
right? Like, then she's a must-have on
Yes.
this cow, like probably because you're bringing your Sephiroth, you're bringing all other dark imbue units. She can imbue dark as well, which is really good for
Yes.
like Sky and so on, obviously.
Correct.
So what she's getting here is she's getting killers for herself. She's getting some skill modifiers increased, and she's also getting chain modifier cap increase. Oh yeah, because she was a TDH and she never had a chain modifier increase, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I personally am not expecting much from her damage. Her damage was bad from day one. I assume it's going to still be bad. I'm hoping they really lean into the support side, and that could make her great.
Yeah, I mean, just look at it this way. She's going to be a quad casting CWA Dark Chainer on your cow team. That's basically it, I guess.
Yes.
She can even pentacast, right? Or wait, was that the problem? She can only triple cast or pentacast in her shift form, right?
I think I haven't used her in forever. I think she has quadcast.
Maybe she does. Yeah, I haven't used her in a while either. I forgot, but anyway, I guess some of this interesting power is in her EX3 active skill. So she's first getting a active skill, which is active killer bonus against humans, demons, and reapers to all allies. So that's really nice, especially since Reaper is one of the races, at least for this boss or this cow. Who will give us stone?
Roka.
Ugh. Wait, no, she's not giving us stone. You're not bringing Roka for stone killers in cow, right? Right? Right?
I mean, she
You have
has
balance.
she has those good buffs too. It depends, assuming the fight is hard enough that you're action constrained and no one can afford to sing Zidane's song for 6 turns or 5 turns. Roka becomes really good for that LB buff.
True. Okay, I see what you're saying. Nobody, the Bulwark and Ling don't have stone, right? No.
The only
No,
one
they do not.
Adele has AOE stone.
Oh, Adele has. Yeah, that's true actually. And some people might have her at high EX as well, right? Because she's actually been around for a long time. And is a dark unit, so I guess again it depends on, as you said, Sinzar, like how many turns do we have? Like, can Adele ramp up to do some serious damage or not? Not that I guess her damage is serious by any means anymore, right?
Well, where's her crown upgrades? That would make her
Jesus Christ, stop reminding us. Oh my god.
Amazing finisher then.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting if if Sakura now is getting this active skill that both shares killers as well as does a dark amp. So if she's the 45% dark amp, that would be amazing. Then you would, you would bring her to fucking DV as well. You would, right? No,
Yes,
wait, Seth.
absolutely. No, well, you wouldn't bring it for Seph. Sephiroth
Right.
has his own. You bring her for all the non-elemental chainers that don't have any dark, like Sky or not
Exactly.
Zidane, Tifa for off element, that kind of stuff. That's why you bring the 45 amps, not
Yeah.
for Seph himself.
Yeah. So very like potential to be a cool unit we're going to be adding to our rosters again. I really hope so, because again, it would be a waste to have such an amazingly designed unit not being used in people's rosters. I really, really like the design of Grimlord Sakura. But let's see. Again, we can't say anything. We haven't seen the data mine. We're only speculating. And then I guess there's a final piece of the speculation left, right? We also found out we're getting a new unit on the 28th. So very close to actually Halloween. We're getting... So I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I saw this unit just on a screenshot quickly, I thought it was an NVA of Carton. Because
I mean, it's like, I'm...
I mean, it looks identical, okay? It's like, I mean, so it is Carton.
I really want to stay positive, but it is It's basically Carton's NVA, but instead of keeping it the cheap free NVA, you're getting the NeoVision's base instead.
Yeah. So
But
it's
I am still really excited about it though.
yeah.
It is the same sprite.
It is what?
It's the same sprite as the current
Yeah.
carton.
It is the same sprite. So it's very reused. So as you said, Cesar, instead of getting the NVA of Carton, they're selling us the same sprite as an entirely new unit. I mean, obviously, he's probably going to be super strong. He's probably going to have morale damage,
Yeah, that I definitely want to put that out there as well. Like, I'm actually kind of almost more happy that he is a brand new unit, because being an NV based new unit means he's going to be way stronger than he would have been as an NVA.
100%. And I think Carton is really cool. So I'm really happy that we're getting another Carton here. So that's really good. That's cool. And on the 28th, meaning that this is actually the banner that picks up after. No, it's not the banner that picks up after Halloween. We're gonna get, I guess, another banner in between these two, then, right?
Well, that's something that a lot of people are like a little confused about. This week, and what's the name? The Bard, Olivera. Those are not Halloween units. These are Clash of Wills units. This is like the Sky banner of last month or whatever.
Yeah, but like Ibara, GL Sakura are all getting their upgrades.
We actually don't even know those are coming out tomorrow, because we don't have the actual in-game news yet. As far as we know, that could all be for the 28th.
Oh, that's actually true. That's actually true. They never mentioned a date in the video, so that might be coming on the 28th together with new Carton. And right now we're only getting like Rivera upgrades and the Oliveira unit. That's actually true. That's a very good point.
Correct.
That's a very good point. But let's see. I mean, let's see what happens. I am full of hype. I am like, there are some hardcore Ibarra fans full of hype. I'm a hardcore Grim Lord Sakura fan. I'm also full of hype. So let's see how this turns out. I really hope I shitter Oliveira, because that sounds like, or like, looks like a cool unit. I hope it's an interesting unit.
I'm guessing next week is Ibara, because I think they're rerunning her event as well.
Oh, they are?
Oh, that is true. Yes, they actually did say that. This coming week, the event of the week is Ibarra's story rerun. So so Ibarra almost certainly will be this week. So that's a little weird. So maybe maybe they are.
What is next week then, right? Because if Carton's banner, well, actually, you know what? No, yeah, exactly. What is next week? Next week should be ramp up. So next Thursday, we should be seeing ramp up to Halloween, right? That's when the Halloween banner should start. And then like Carton is kind of on the 28th. That's the second week of the Halloween ramp up. So what's going to be the first Halloween banner? Like, are we going to see fucking Lilith NVA or upgrades or something?
This is why you don't do the video before official news comes out.
Well, I mean, okay. To be fair, official news wouldn't have told us what's coming next week. I'm just speculating right now. But what other Halloween units do we have?
Demon Rain, Dracula Laswell.
Oh yeah, those two.
The really old ones.
Yeah, so maybe the
Godria.
Oh yeah, Godria as well. So maybe there's like a banner in between here where we're getting some of them. Maybe, possibly. You all remember last Halloween we got nothing. We just got we got Ibarra, but like there was this banner for getting some of these old units really cheaply. There was like our super high rainbow rate. And
yeah, that was the Photon Core banner.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna do the same now. Like let people get like GL Sakura EX3 easily or something. Do you guys have EX3 of Sakura?
Nope, I've got EX1 Lucius, EX1 Sakura with no extras.
Oh wow, okay. I have an EX3, so I am really hoping she's powerful. But I'm also, for your guys' sake, hoping we're getting one of those banners where it just rains old rainbows, so you can actually get it. Oh well, and I guess she's in the pool. Wait, no, is she in the pool? Could you UOC her?
The permanent pool? No, you cannot. She's a limited.
So you cannot UOC her, right? You'd have to pull for her. Oh yeah, now I remember how much money I spent to actually get her EX3. Oh shit!
Also,
yeah.
Just a reminder for viewers: don't forget that the prisms for Halloween units are still on the trust job, and like, what else are you using your trust coins for? So if you're really a big fan of not her, Sakura and Lucius, you can grab their prisms for 5,000 coins, which is like nothing.
Yeah. So that's at least helping you a bit in making the puzzle fit. And don't forget, we've also gotten a couple of Omni Prisms. This is probably one of the best uses of an Omni Prism if you're gunning for like Sakura or Lucius. You can reduce the amount of rainbows you have to pull from the banner in that way.
Yep.
All right, I guess that's it for this week, right? Not much more to add.
Well, we're getting the countdown quest of 5,000 lapis again, which is something.
Oh shit, yeah, that's true. And when is this starting? This starting on the 23rd, so this Thursday, and it's running
Thursday.
sorry?
Yeah, the Thursday, and you have 6 months to do it, so there's no rush. But if you want to rush it out immediately so you can blow it all on the Halloween banner, it is an option.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's see. Let's see how good the Halloween banner is, honestly. Like, it sounds like something I would do. I would just grind and burn all on the Halloween banner, but let's see. Okay, guys. Well, I guess that's it for this week. A lot of information, very exciting. A longer episode this time around. Fun, right?
Yeah, I am super hyped for this. I am looking forward to it.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here. Can't wait for the Thursday data mine. Sorry, what did you say, Hans?
Yeah, looking forward to Cow.
Yeah, that too. That's going to be a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, and the boss can use morale actions now. I think we missed that earlier.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, they did say that the boss is getting morale actions on their own now. So they are going to be doing new AI as morale bar goes in either way, right?
And I guess we can talk about that real quick. Because I've seen some hot takes about this. I don't understand why people are freaking out about that. There are so many people that are like losing their minds. Oh, Cow's gonna be impossible to clear. The boss is gonna use all your morale. Like, all this means is the boss's AI changes as the fight progresses. This is how it has been on day one of Brave Exvius. When you burst a boss to a threshold, the AI changes.
Yeah, it's not going to be HP. It's going to be morale based now, right?
It's how the game has always worked. This is nothing new, and people were like losing their minds about this. Oh my god!
I don't know. I welcome this. I think it's going to be fun and interesting. It's going to kind of force you make some decisions on, like, hey, are you spending your morale boosting skills with Ling and so on early on in the fight to get to like low morale ASAP, or is that a bad thing now because you might be hitting a threshold you're not ready to hit yet or something? So I think it sounds interesting. That's going to be good. I think that's going to be good. Let's see. I am excited for this week. This week is going to be great. And please, Gumi, if you're listening, give Sakura 60% Dark Amp. Thank you. No closing statements for anyone else? No wishes?
Oh, I hope Clash of Wills is fun and exciting. It has been in the past. I assume it will be again.
I hope so too. I do hope so too. All right, well, guys, thanks for chilling. Thanks for joining, Hans. Thanks for joining, Sinzar. This is it.
See you next week.
See ya.